Hello, welcome. Thanks for watching. I'm going to do a series on the book. This is a multi-part series, 3 parts. I'll be outlining the contents. So, the outline of the book is chapter 1. So you see Habakkuk's complaint in verses 2 through 4. And then chapter 1, verse 5 through 11, the Lord's answer. Chapter 1, verse 12 to 2:1, you see Habakkuk's second complaint, and then 2:2 through 20 is the Lord's answer, and then chapter 3 is Habakkuk's prayer. So right here, I'm going to do, this is part 1, I'm going to do 1:1 through 11. So chapter 1, verse 1 through chapter 1, verse 11 of Habakkuk. The oracle that Habakkuk the prophet received. How long, O Lord, must I call for help, but you do not listen? Or cry out to you violence, but you do not save? Why do you make me look at injustice? Why do you tolerate wrong? Destruction and violence are before me. There is strife and conflict abounds. Therefore the law is paralyzed and justice never prevails. The wicked hem in righteousness so that justice is perverted. So that was verse 1, and then his complaint in 2 through 4. The Lord answered, and the Lord answered Habakkuk in verses 5 through 11. Look at all, look at the nations and watch and be utterly amazed, for I am going to do something in your days that you would not believe even if you were told. I am raising up the Babylonians, that ruthless and impetuous people who sweep across the whole earth to seize dwelling places not their own. They are a feared and dreaded people. They are a law to themselves and promote their own honor. Their horses are swifter than leopards, fiercer than wolves at dusk. Their cavalry gallops headlong. Their horsemen come from afar. They fly like a vulture swooping to devour. They all come bent on violence. Their hordes advance like a desert wind and gather prisoners like sand. They deride kings and scoff at rulers. They laugh at all fortified cities. They build earthen ramps and capture them. Then they sweep past like the wind and go on. Guilty men whose own strength is their God. That's Habakkuk chapter 1, verses 1 through 11. Verse 1, the oracle that Habakkuk the prophet received. Verses 2 through 4, Habakkuk's complaint. And 5 through 11, the Lord's answer. So, we don't really know much about Habakkuk other than he was a prophet. And he lived about 612 BC. The name Habakkuk is Hebrew, meaning to embrace. That's about as much as we know of Habakkuk, the man. So, what is an oracle? Verse 1. What is an oracle? It is a divine announcement. Also, any person or agency believed to be in communication with the deity. Also, an opinion or statements of any such oracle. So basically, divine announcement. So the oracle that Habakkuk the prophet received, God, when he gave the writers of the books of the Bible what to say, to write down, that when Habakkuk received it, this was inspired by God, revealed to Habakkuk. God gave Habakkuk this word, or his word. So, what do we learn from this? Question: what exactly was Habakkuk's complaint? That there was violence in his land, injustice, wrongdoing, strife. There was conflict surrounding him, and that none of it was being dealt with, or so he thought. This is verses 2 through 4. He thought that God was tolerating it. God's answer was that he was going to handle it by letting Babylon take over Habakkuk's country, as we see in verse 6. So, it's okay to go to God with our questions, our complaints. We don't know how God is going to respond. God will respond. Does God tolerate evil? No. It just looks to us like he does. We think he does. He'll take care of it in his time, not our time. He's never late. He's taking care of it in his time. A good God tolerating wrongdoing? No, never. We just think he's tolerating it and taking a while. It's okay that we don't like what's happening around us. Take your complaints to God. He'll answer us if he decides. If not, that's his prerogative. Sometimes he does, sometimes he doesn't. Rather he does or doesn't, there's a lesson to be learned. But God will take care of it in due time. We don't like violence, injustice, wrongdoing, strife, conflict. And God doesn't like violence, injustice, wrongdoing, strife, conflict. We go to him, he takes care of it. This is what we can learn here. So that was Habakkuk's first complaint, and the Lord's answer to that. Next time I will discuss Habakkuk's second complaint and the Lord's answer to that in the next video. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Hope this was helpful.